So I was in 3 different prisons. The first prison I was in was called HMP Newhall. I stayed there for 4 months. The second one was called HMP Style. I stood there for 10 months. The last one was HMP Peterborough. I stood there for 4 months. In all the prisons, we didn't have to wear like orange jumpsuits or anything. Like you could wear your own clothes. So if I got arrested in this, I could wear this. So we got laptops within like the first 6 days of us getting there. The laptops don't have like internet access, but you can watch like podcasts and listen to music and email people. Right before trial started, they moved me to Styal, and Styal was like really fire because we were in like these houses, like it wasn't even cells. It was like this big ass mansion with 12 bedrooms and like 19 to 22 women living inside of it. You had a roommate as well, but the officers weren't 24 hours on the house. So the house would be locked all day. Officers would just come like 3 or 4 times to do roll check, which is just like attendance basically, make sure everybody's there, nobody like escaped from the house. And we had a kitchen in there, so we got a budget of like $400 a week, and I used to do like the food shopping for the house. So I would order like rice and chicken. Every day, girls were baking cakes in there. And like during Christmas and New Year's, like the older women of the house who acted like our moms or whatever, they would set up like this big little banquet. It was like the Last Supper. We did like Secret Santa and we played bingo, but it was really cute. And yeah, it was really nice. Very family oriented. So in Styal, they had this radio station there called the National Prison Radio. I worked there for like 7 months as a radio host. So the music that gets played on the laptops is produced by the National Prison Radio. So Styal is the only women's prison that had a studio. So I had my own like little channel called The Love Bug where I played like love songs and stuff. So on my show, I played Nelly, Ashanti, Ja Rule, Ice Spice sometimes, even though that's not really like, anyways. And so I would be like, hi guys, you're listening to the National Prison Radio, and it's me, Leandra, your favorite American. Coming up next, we're gonna play Marvin's Room by my husband Drake. So yeah, it was a vibe. It was really cool because that experience like taught me how to like edit and like go in the studio and record my own stuff. They also had this center there called the YA Hub, which was like the young adults hub. So anybody between like 18 and 25 could go there and do like arts and crafts, baking, stuff like that. It was just like a hangout spot for all the young offenders to go and chill and see each other. Towards the end of my sentence, they moved me to Peterborough because Peterborough is the place where all foreign nationals get sent to be deported. And it was like we were back to being in cells again, which sucked. But after a little while, I got my own room, and then I got like a little prison boo or whatever. You're around all these people that are like considered bad people, but you hear their stories, you start to understand that like a lot of these people's situations are just circumstantial. Like a lot of people are in because of like domestic violence or self-defense. And so it just changes your perspective because the things that you hear on the articles are usually like not accurate, and they paint people out to be like way worse than what they are. When you really just meet these people one-on-one, you're like, wow, like it's like a tough topic, because obviously that's gonna like trigger some people because they're gonna be like, what about the victims? And that is not to discredit the victims or to justify what these people did or even what I did. People were saying I didn't take accountability in my last video, but I literally said I knew what I was getting myself into. I was just upset that I was lied about. That's pretty much it. Obviously, you do something like shady or illegal and you're gonna get prison time for it, you know? Like, that's why I was so nonchalant with my sentence, because at the end of the day, I reflected on the person I was, and I was like, I was a shitty person back then, you know? Like, I deserve to be in prison right now because I need to like get my life together. They have a chapel there, so I was going to church every Sunday. I ended up like reading the whole entire Bible within 4 months. Prison really changed my life for the better. I realized like I took advantage of my former life, you know, like I didn't realize how privileged I was in America, and we don't realize as Americans how privileged we are compared to like third world countries and stuff like that. Because I would watch TV and I'd be seeing like these poor little African kids from Uganda with flies in their eyes and having dirty water, and it just makes you appreciate the little things. Like I never fully appreciated the luxuries of having like a shower, clean water, a comfortable bed, you know, stuff like that. Or even just like having some money. Some of these women were really struggling financially. I was fortunate enough to have like friends and family sending me money while I was in there. We were working for like $2-3 a day. So these girls would have to save up their money so that they could buy a canteen, which y'all would call a commissary. Yeah, they would have to save like 5 days worth of wages just to order some snacks on canteen and stuff. And it's sad. Some people had to choose between calling their family and ordering food. And I was one of those people where I had to call my family rather than getting snacks because international calls are so much more expensive. It gave me a lot of perspective. I met like really wonderful, great women in there. Yeah, I'm really grateful for that experience. Like, people think I learned nothing from it, but I learned a lot. It really changed my life, so. But in Styal and Peterborough, they both had salons. So you could like get your nails done, eyelashes done, hair done. Like, I was getting acrylic nails, lashes, dyeing my hair. We were in there looking like baddies or whatever. In our houses in Styal, we would have a living room. So all the girls would sit together at like 8 or 9 o'clock and watch Love Island together. And it was so cute. Like, we would just be bonding and we'd be like just watching Love Island UK. Like, we were invested. And yeah, it was a really good dynamic in the house. Sometimes we would get people that would come on the house and start some drama, but it's easy to get those people kicked out the house. In all the prisons, we had phones in our rooms, like a landline, like a little. Also, you could set up video calls with your family and friends. So since I didn't get visits because all my family lived in America, my mom and my friends would set up this app called like Purple Visits, and we would get like a 30-minute video call. The front of the houses had like grass outside, so when it was warm, we would just go outside on the grass and like tan. The girls would wear like their little booty shorts and stuff, little like bras, and they'd just be tanning in the sun. It was so chill. It was really chill. Yeah, but then Peterborough sucked because they had no laptops there. So everything was like on a kiosk. And mind you, like while you're doing all these courses, you're getting like certificates and stuff. So you'd be certified in hairdressing. I have a certificate for DJ production. And then also like you can get a degree or your master's, because I think they offered free like college courses and stuff, which is really dope. Out of all the prisons I went to, I think Styal was definitely my favorite. Peterborough sucked ass. Hated it there. Newhall was okay. They had a good structure. Yeah, that's pretty much it.